If you're just getting started with Fusion or you want to understand how things actually work inside the Node system, we'll cover everything step by step with practical examples, so make sure you watch till the end. Welcome back to Visual Nova. Now first we move on to the background node. Simply drag the background node into the node area and connect it to the media out node like this. Now as you can see, a black background appears in the viewer window. The background node basically works as a solid color generator, which means you can easily create different types of colored backgrounds with it. You can pick any color you want and instantly create a custom background. Along with that, you also get a type option here. If we change the type to gradient, it gives us two different colors that blend smoothly together. In the viewer, you'll see a gradient bar, and you can adjust its angle and direction according to your design. So you can pick any colors you like and customize them according to your video style. As you can see, we've now created a simple custom background. Inside the gradient type, you'll also find more controls that allow you to further customize the look of your gradient background. If we change the type again, we also have the four corners option. With this option, you can set different colors for all four corners of the background, giving you more creative control. This node is widely used in motion graphics design, especially for creating modern gradient or Apple-style backgrounds. Because of its flexibility, the background node is considered one of the most important basic nodes in Fusion, and you'll use it in many different projects. Now we move on to the text node. Here I will simply type test. The first option we get here is font, where you can choose any default or custom font according to your design. From here you can also change the color of your text, increase or decrease the size, and adjust the tracking, which controls the spacing between characters. Here we also have the vertical anchor option, which helps you align your text properly. Now at the bottom we have a very interesting option called Write On. This allows your text to appear gradually over time. For example, I'll place the playhead here, set Write On to 0 and add a keyframe. Then I'll move the playhead a little forward and set Write On to maximum. Now if you play it, you'll see that the text appears slowly, character by character. It's a very quick and clean animation for titles. Inside the text node we also have several additional tabs. For example, the Layout tab allows you to control the position of your text. And with Center Y you can move it up or down. You'll also find another size control here, along with X, Y and Z rotation, which lets you rotate the text in 3D space. Next we have the Transform tab. Here you get more advanced transform controls such as position offsets, rotation and animation options for characters. Finally we have the Shading tab. This section allows you to add different visual elements to your text. For example, if I select element 2 and enable it, an outline appears around the text. From here you can increase or decrease the outline opacity, change its color, and if I pick black you can see the outline clearly. If you want to make the outline thicker, simply increase the thickness value. You'll also find options like line style, softness on X and Y, and even glow controls. By combining these settings, you can easily create stylish and professional-looking text designs directly inside Fusion. Now we move on to the Merge node. Simply drag the Merge node into your Fusion node area. In the Merge node we get four connection inputs. The green input is for the foreground. The yellow input is for the background. The blue input is used for effect masks. And the fourth connection on the right side is the output, which connects the result to the next node. Now I'll connect the background node to the yellow input like this. Next I'll add another text node and connect it to the green foreground input of the Merge node. I'll type some example text here. Now you can see the text appears on top of the background, because it is connected to the foreground input of the Merge node. But if I disconnect the text from the foreground and connect it to the blue mask input, you'll notice that the text disappears. That's because the blue input is only used for masking or effects, not for displaying elements directly. So I'll connect the text back to the green foreground input, because we want the text to appear on top of the background. Now if we select the Merge node we get several controls on the right side. For example, Center X allows us to move the foreground element left and right. Center Y allows us to move it up and down. We can also increase or decrease the size. We can rotate the element by adjusting the angle. Below that, we also have flip options which allow us to flip the element vertically or horizontally. Another important setting here is Apply mode. This gives us different blending modes which control how the foreground layer blends with the background. The Merge node can also be used to create simple animations. For example, I'll place the playhead here and move the center X value so the text goes outside the frame on the left side. Then I'll add a keyframe. Next, I'll move the playhead a little forward and bring the text back to the center. Now if we go into the Settings tab, we can enable motion blur to make the animation look smoother. Now if we play it back, you'll see a simple and smooth text animation created using the Merge node. The Merge node is one of the most essential nodes in Fusion, into a single composition. Now we move on to the Transform node. This is a very powerful node, and it's one of the most commonly used nodes in Fusion, especially for controlling the position, scale, and movement of elements. For example, I'll drag this picture from the pool and connect it to the Merge node with the background. As you can see in the viewer, the picture is too large and going outside the frame. So to control it, I'll add a Transform node between the picture and the Merge node. Now on the right side, inside the Transform controls, we get the ability to adjust the size and movement of the image. Increase or decrease the size of the element. Maintain or adjust the aspect ratio. Move the element using Center X and Center Y. Rotate the element using the angle control. This means if you want to resize any element such as an image, text, shape, or animation, the Transform node is extremely useful. The Transform node is widely used in motion graphics, transitions, and object animations inside Fusion. Now we move on to the Polygon node. The Polygon node is mostly used for masking in Fusion. It allows you to draw custom shapes and control which part of an image or video should be visible. Connect the Polygon node to the blue input of the image node. Now the Polygon node is working as a mask for the image. Next, from the right side controls we can invert the mask if needed. This simply switches which area is visible and which area is hidden. For example, I want to keep only the face visible and mask the rest of the picture. So I'll draw a shape around the face. On the right side we also get several useful controls. Soft edge. This increases the softness of the mask edges, making the mask blend more smoothly. Border width. This adds a visible border around the mask shape. If I invert the mask again, you'll see the masked area switches back. Now let's create a small animation example. First, select the Transform node of the image. Then we'll adjust the angle and position so the face is framed properly. Now place the playhead here and add a keyframe on the angle control. Move the playhead slightly forward and rotate the face a little to the left. Then move forward again and rotate slightly to the right. Repeat this process 4 to 5 times, moving the playhead forward each time and slightly changing the angle. Now when we play it back, you'll see a fun meme-style animation where the face moves left and right. To make the animation smoother, we can open the Spline editor. Turn on the Spline editor, select the Transform node and press Fit to zoom. Select all the keyframes and press S to smooth the animation curve. Then close the Spline editor and play the animation again. Now the motion looks much smoother and more natural. After seeing this example, you can understand that the Polygon node is a very powerful and useful tool. I hope this video helped you understand the basics a little better. If it did, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more tutorials like this. And if you want me to make more advanced Fusion tutorials, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.